Good afternoon. Hi, it's Debbie Diller and
Patti Allshafer.
not Amy, Patti. Amy's her principal that I called her by name last time. So welcome everybody for joining us for this new Facebook Live. This is the after session in Patti's room. So I'm going to see if anybody's tuning in and joining us yet. I want to give everybody a couple minutes. I know some of you are at school and some people are not at school. My fellow Houston friends are probably cleaning up and doing terrible things after the storm, but I know you're starting school soon, so hopefully this will be helpful to you. We're trying to see who's watching, and it says, want to know who's watching. Swipe left. I'm swiping. I don't see anybody, but well, we'll just assume there's people there.
Okay, good.
So, so I was here, let's see, a week and a half ago.
Wow.
Well, almost 2 weeks ago. Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago before school started. And oh, hi, Sage. Yay, somebody's here.
Hi.
And so I met you and we talked about your room, and it was, I think, like 2 days before school was starting.
Right.
How were you feeling at the time?
Very stressed, overwhelmed, but excited. I was willing to take a chance and give it a try, and
you did.
And we did. Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
It's been quite a performance, so to say the least. We came in Thursday afternoon. We mapped. We worked on mapping out your classroom.
Right.
And hi, Tammy from Roanoke, Virginia.
Hi.
Isn't that cool? How you can
That's
see
awesome.
people are coming
I love
on
it.
here. And so I'm sure we'll get more East Coast people right now because school's out. But anyway, we met on Thursday after school. We mapped out your room. And so I thought we could talk a little bit about the mapping process, because that was a big part. And I know you said you'd mapped it out before I got here. So talk a little bit about how you mapped it out before, and then what you saw when we did it together.
I know that I had all my pieces of furniture and everything was laid out, and I had drawn all my wall space and where everything already was. And when you got here, we took all my pieces off the map and we just started with an empty map. And it was an eye-opener. It was neat. It was easier to do, and we created those 3 main spaces, and then that was the key, and we went from there. And
so I think what I saw was that it wasn't just using what you already had in place.
Right.
It was having to visualize all your stuff out.
that was hard.
That's really hard to do. In fact, we took a few pieces out. I remember,
we had to.
just to make it a little bit easier.
Right.
But I think that helped a lot. So, so I think trying to visualize the room with no furniture in it, and you had a lot of shelves.
Yes.
How many shelves do you think we took out?
We took at least 4, maybe 5.
Yeah,
We
there
put
were
one
quite a
up on
few.
the counter, so that was a big help.
There were quite a few of them. A lot were on countertops and all over the place. We took a lot of furniture out.
Yes.
Quite a bit. And so those of you that did not see that before, that's already been videotaped, and so it's on this Facebook page. You can go back and watch it if you'd like to. We're going to wait for the unveil for a few minutes, talk a little bit about what we did first.
Yes.
So we start with those 3 main areas. The whole group area. We moved your whole group area.
We did. I have always had it in the back of the classroom, in the corner.
So kind of like, am I showing it? I don't know how to do this. Let's see, am I going to the right direction? Am I going the wrong way?
Wrong way.
Other way.
Keep going this
Okay,
way.
yeah, so used to have it back
There, in that corner.
back in that corner, yeah.
Quite a
Okay,
few
I don't know what I'm
plans.
doing with this thing. I think what we have to do, yes, I know, there's a thing to go to camera mode. Let's try that. Okay, so you used to have it back here in this corner.
That's my calendar wall.
Yeah, there was a calendar wall back there, and I worked with you to try to switch it. I'm going to come back around here for a second. We switched it here closer to your front door, and talk a little bit about this space and how different it is, and what we did with it.
Okay. So we knew that we needed a word wall that was interactive, so the kids could come and use it, and I could refer to it when I teach. So that was a main point that we needed up front. And then we took the other half of this front area to be my math section, so I could do calendar math and our morning calendar routine. And everything was central over here, which minute before it was all squished and tight, and kids had to sit in chairs because there wasn't enough room. I do a lot of poetry and pocket charts, and we move that, and I wheel it over when I need it, so that's that
it's
worked
portable.
out well.
You can move it
Portable
back and
is,
forth.
yeah, very good.
From what I see, it gave you a much larger teaching space to use kind of for multiple purposes, for
Right.
literacy and for math.
Right.
And how's your word wall been working?
Very well. I mean, we're already putting words on it, and that's good. And I'm referring to it and letting the kids know that they can use it in their writing, because we've started a few things so far, and it's going really well. I'm so glad it's up there. It's just, I've had it, my word wall was on the top, and it was, I used to say it was up in the sky, up real high, not where they could use it, so that wasn't very helpful. I also had a pocket chart with words in it, but they were just stacked in there. It didn't look like this.
Yeah,
So
I think the alphabetical organization is going to be a little bit easier for your kids.
Yes,
so,
I
so
do
that was
too.
a big change. So we started with our whole group area. We also moved our small group space a little bit. And when we moved our small group space, there's our custodian coming in to check on us. When we moved the small group space, that was another kind of a shift, because
Right.
you had it in a different part of the room
Right.
before. So how do you like it in its new position?
I moved it from one corner. Now it's more in the center of my
So
room.
I'll do a quick switch over. So it was
Below the
like
TV.
over here, under the TV, which we use for morning announcements, and now it is kind of in the middle, in the back of the
right.
middle. So so tell me a little bit about that space and how, what you like about it, how it's working.
The best part about it is that I can see my entire classroom. I can see every space. I can see where all the kids are, where they're working, when they're at stations. Before, one of my many bookshelves was always blocking my way. And I always wanted to try to solve that problem, but I could never do it. And you need to do it with someone. You need help with a friend.
Nobody believes that until you do it.
That's
and it's
right.
like, oh my gosh, it's so much
And
easier
so
to
year
picture.
after year, I never changed that. I wanted to. I had good intentions. It just didn't happen. I wanted to. And this year, I took one of those shelves and moved it over, but that wasn't enough. I still had a wall here that I couldn't see behind. And now I can.
Yeah, there's no place where kids can hide in
Right.
here, which is really
And
great.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love my central location. We're not up and running with stations yet, and we haven't started a small group, but I know that's coming, and I'm getting
only
them
the
ready.
second, it's only the second
Right.
week of school.
I know.
So-
But I am excited knowing that it's going to be so, I hope, peaceful and busy, a good kind of busy, and it's going to run well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think, and you have everything at your fingertips. We really did a good job organizing that space, which we'll be looking at in a few minutes. So our third space we set up was the classroom library. And I know you've been working on it,
Yay.
so talk a little bit about that.
The best part about it, I mean, I can tell you, it's right here.
we
You
go.
can see it behind
We'll
us.
just switch right behind us. Ta-da!
Yay!
So what do you like about the library?
I love the fact that the first week of school, so many kids came to me and said, "Can I read over there? Can I go over there? I want to go."
God.
They all were begging to be in that space, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
awesome.
what you said. You want them to walk into my room, see the library, and want to go there. And you're right.
It's the focal point.
They saw those tools, the setup, I
Yeah.
guess, and they just wanted to be in it. So we've been working on read to self and being in our own spaces, and a couple kids get to have that turn. So that's been going really well. It still has a lot of the books that I've had in my old library.
Right.
It's just, slightly organized in a different way, more manageable, easier access for them, and I think it's just.
I like the
fun.
open arms of
Me
the
too.
bookshelves. It just
And
invites them in.
It does.
So, yeah,
I love it too.
It's been great.
I love that they want to be there. That's the whole point.
So we started working. Hi from New York City, and I
Hi.
saw Cecilia. Sorry, I didn't get to say hello. We were busy chatting. So, when I came in on Thursday afternoon for a few hours, and we mapped things out, and then we came back on Friday because you had an in-service day. I came back after school, and we started doing things. And your sweet principal said we could come in on Saturday. Hallelujah. We spent the whole day here Saturday.
So thank you to my custodians.
Yes, and to your friends
and
that
the other
came and helped.
custodians,
Yes.
and my friends Lori and Carol and Emily and Ann and their daughters. My husband Rob and Addison and Debbie
And her daughter, yeah, they all came in. They brought us food, multiple meals, and some of your friends came and hung new bulletin board paper. It's like, as long as we're doing this, we're going to do it right.
Right.
And just put everything up. They even went out to the store to switch out some colors, so you could just do a nice calm blue in here, which is really lovely. And it was a group effort.
Yes,
Really.
very lucky. You can't do
Yeah.
it alone. I'm
No, you
so
can't,
grateful
no.
to all my friends and family for.
And her darling husband brought his
Yes.
big old truck. And how many truckloads did he take out of here?
Three truckloads of things.
3 truckloads.
Which I'm looking to give away and donate or sell at a yard sale or throw away.
Yes,
So,
yeah, just a lot of things that really weren't necessary.
Yeah.
Now, your principal gave us permission to do this, and I wanted to be here so badly on Monday morning, but I couldn't be here because it was your first day, and there were just a lot of things going on in my life and yours, and so I couldn't come in to see the kids. But and your principal, I wanted to know your principal and your teammates' response. What did they say?
Everyone was positive. My principal said it was awesome. That was her word. Your room is awesome, which made me feel great. And all of my colleagues have been popping in throughout the past 2 weeks just telling me how amazing it looks. It's just, and they stand there and they stare and they stare and they just love it. And they love it as much as I do, and they're happy for me. And they know that I am a pack rat, and I've collected many things over my years. And you know, I think they're proud of the fact that I was able to throw things out and clean my space and
with help.
With help.
Yeah, I'm a pack rat in recovery, so I I have been there, and it's just something that I think once you work together and you make that commitment, it's easier to kind of keep it going.
Right.
So you did mention about your scissors today.
Yes.
I love this.
I love it too. Every time I need one, I know where it is because my little cup over there is labeled with scissors. You get it, you put it back where it belongs, and it's
the labels
perfect.
help. The labels help us get things back.
They help you find things quickly. You go to your cabinet, you know where to look. You go over to the math, you know where to look. It's just
exactly. It's right there. So,
yes.
All right. Well, enough talk. Let's take a look. I bet we have some more people here that have been waiting to see. So I think what we'll do is, like we did last time, let's go to the door, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on video mode, and we're going to go over here to the entrance, and we'll flip it around. So we're going to pretend we're walking into the room for the very first time. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Here's the big reveal. Yay. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So this is the whole group area when we come in, and we already talked a little bit about how you're kind of maybe I'll do a pan first. I'll kind of pan around. So that's the whole group area. You want to talk at all about what's over here?
In the distance are their book boxes.
The book boxes on the countertop, the blue and green ones.
Author text that I use in the back of that, mostly for me, and then bring them out when I need it, and more mentor text in my shelf in the back. And then, of course, the
classroom library, and
nonfiction and lots of fiction.
And then coming around, there's another space there. We'll go and take a closer look then, too. I know we have your word study station back there in the corner.
Word study, and in the back there's some technology. There's iPads and a listening station. And then my small group
that great
area.
Small group area. Hi, Rachel Jones from Johnson City, Tennessee. Thank
Hi.
you. She said it looks
Thanks.
great.
Thanks.
It's nice to get good feedback.
My small group and all of our guided reading books, and then our interventions materials.
All your
that
stuff
I
back
use.
there, and then kind of coming around, you've got some shelves here in front of the cubbies. But these, I love these pocket charts. Your husband built these for you, I believe.
They're amazing.
And aren't they on
He's
wheels?
amazing. They're on wheels.
You want to give us a quick demo?
Sure. So I can bring them over to small group area when we need them. And I did Jack and Jill this week, and then they're interactive. And
I love it.
We'll use them during stations when we get to it.
Right. Right now you're just prepping them and getting them familiar with these poems. And what's so cool is you can put it right here by your word wall, and you can make connections between your high frequency words.
Right.
Looks like they've been working with the word C. It's flipped around.
Flipped around, right? Somebody must have used that
I know.
today.
It's funny.
It was in our book.
It's okay. No, I saw it. I saw it there and in the poem, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
So those are really great.
So these are so handy. So thank you, Rob.
Yeah, she's lucky to have a handy husband here to help her make things. So, let's, and then behind there, of course, are the cubbies. So let's do kind of a little close-up look. So this is going to be your writing station.
Correct.
We don't have it up and going yet.
Right. So in the morning, this is check-in, but then this will get slid under here. So they'll check in with their lunch, and then we'll have some stools here for writing.
We still have a few things to add. It's
Yes.
only the second week of school, and so
Right.
I will help her get some of this
materials
going.
there. But I'll be excited for them to use this, and then we'll use the wall for anchor charts.
Yeah, and get
things
that
they'll need.
going. So maybe we'll do another video in a few weeks or so,
Sure.
and show them, like the
Progress.
next step. That would be great.
Yes.
So, and then we've got the
Word
word wall here, and we just gridded it. That was group effort. Also, don't try to do that
Yes.
alone either.
Thank you, Caitlin and Carol.
Yes, and then you've got your little teacher area here, and I know there was actually that big table used to be your
2 computers.
Yeah,
right.
the 2 computers were on there, and one wasn't working anyway, so we kind of said forget that one. But is this enough for space for you? Has this been
perfect.
okay?
I think the computer space is just right.
It's just a student desk. We didn't need a whole lot of room, which was really, really cool. So somebody said it looks wonderful from Richmond,
thank
Virginia.
you, thank
Thanks.
you.
Oh, hi, Tricia. She likes the chart stands too. They are cool. Great
They are
husband
awesome.
project.
I know.
I love it. And then you've got your whole group area here, and we moved. You have a lot of crates that you use that fit right underneath your whiteboard, and you put a little thing on top, like a little cushion there too.
Right. We took stuff out that I didn't need, that was there and just didn't need. So there's things that I can get that are handy as dry erase boards, those small books we start with in the beginning of the year, a lot of music I play. I have my iPod and
So everything at your fingertips. You have
yes.
your clipboards here in a crate, which I think is really smart also. They're just right there, so you can hand those out.
Right.
Kids need to be doing things on the floor. And I love that you have your literacy stuff here, and you've got your math in the same space. So you have your calendar and things right here too, which is awesome.
So this here is just morning calendars, things that most of us are doing.
Right.
And then I have calendar in the back, but my easel, of course, is on wheels, so I can slide that in and out when I
That's
need
handy,
it.
yeah.
We can do calendar, get that done in the morning, and then I start my whole group, and I use my easel a lot.
I'm sure you do.
teach.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, thanks, Erica. She loves how open the room looks.
Yes, me too. I tell most people that I can do a cartwheel in 2 places in my room. That's how big it is.
That's awesome. And
So-
then this was a big darn deal. This area back here, if anybody saw that picture that I posted the other day, kind of the before picture, or the kind of like part way through, one of the first things we did on Saturday morning, remember, was we organized all of your math materials because there were a ton of them.
I had so
and and you had tons of shelves too. So we have back here, do you want to tell them a little bit about how we did this?
We did. We took all of my materials, took them out of all of my bins, and we made signs. So we put a sign for addition, subtraction, geometry, measurement, time, money, all of the things that I need, place value, and then we put the materials in those piles by the sign. Then we found containers that they fit in, not too big, not too small, just right containers, and she dumped all my chips. I love it though. We took all my chips out of all my little containers.
She must have had, how many containers do you think we dumped out to put them all in this one little container?
Right. I don't know.
There
I
must
had
have been
soap dishes.
There must have
with
been 6 or
containers.
7
Yeah.
of them. They were like containers within containers, but it's done. And I love that all your math stuff is right here.
And it fits, and I love
it's
it.
just perfect.
We're still working on the top. I have
Yeah.
some calendar things in the basket. I have rocket math over here, so that needs a home.
Yeah, and we
That's
talked
not ready
about I'm
yet.
going to get you a little stand to put your,
Right,
your
and
graphic organizers on, which
yes.
we didn't get you to yet, but we'll be doing that soon. So, and then over here you have your indoor recess stuff that you'll need for rainy and snowy days here.
Portable stations.
Some portable stations that will be having. There's access for kids for materials that they might be needing. And then I love your book boxes up here. And we talked maybe about taking photos of your kids reading a book, which I think, I'll
great
come and help you
idea.
if
Yes.
you want to try to do that, because I think that would really personalize it. So these are little book boxes. And then I think this is just one of my favorite things is your classroom library. I just absolutely love it. And somebody posted on one of my groups about how Kohl's had these wonderful Mo Willems books and the plush animals to go with them. So I know you added Pigeon to your library, and Bad Kitty, one of my favorites. Sage, did you see Bad Kitty here? It's his too. But lots of book characters, and then just some comfortable seating. I love that you have labels on here, so it's easy for children to find what they need and be able to put them back as well. So really, really nice beginning of that library. And so do you want to talk a little bit about this area back here?
This is word work. I actually enlisted my students for help just yesterday. I gave some kids a job to put the rest of my magnets back into their squares.
Okay.
So now it's organized instead of a
Nice.
big jumble, which is what I had before, on a
Oh, I like
on a
it.
tray.
Mhm.
Now it's in its space. So now
That's fabulous.
we tried it out today. We modeled it to show them what this is going to look like, and then I let a few kids come up and try a word, and that worked out really well.
good.
And then I have some books, alphabet books. This stuff in the back. I'm cleaning out my cabinet.
Yeah, she's working
still.
on it.
Still
This is
working
a work
on
in
it.
project, in
But,
process. So
I have
progress.
word work things that we do here, and I talked about a lot of that today.
Great.
We're going to try some word work stuff tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm
good,
excited. I think
good.
the kids are
That's
excited.
it. I love that you had the kids separate this rather than you sorting them, because that's so many times the things that we'll do and the kids can be doing it for us. So
Right.
that's fabulous.
I said
Okay, so what's going on back here? We talked about this great
We
little
did.
listening station.
Yeah.
And
I have this ready to go. So
Okay.
this is going to be a story map, character setting, problem, solution. Once we keep introducing those 4 things.
and it's on dry erase board, so as they're listening, they can just write on there with their buddies. So that'll be really fun.
Down here, I want to do the beginning, middle, end that you have that
Yes.
we'll have on little anchor charts
Yes.
in their own book boxes
Uh-huh.
for buddy reading. But when
Excellent.
they do listening, I'm going to put 3 boxes
That'll
here.
be wonderful.
And they'll do that.
They can think about beginning, middle, and
It's gonna
end.
be
That's
great.
excellent. And then you've got your wonderful small group area right here for guided reading and meeting with your group. So we did a lot of work moving shelves. As I recall, this area over here was filled with shelves when I first got here
Right.
last or 2 weeks ago, and now we moved a few of them over here, the ones we kept, and I painted this one right here with my chalk paint. Oh boy, that was a mess. But anyway, we did that, and now we're going to paint that brown one at
Yes.
some point. We didn't have time to do that the other day, but everything you need for guided reading and for small group is right here, and you've got your materials down here that you'll be working
Labeled.
with, and they're all labeled and ready to
Little
go.
things I could
yeah,
need.
which is awesome.
Manuals
So,
and fluency folders.
yeah, this looks good. You've been really working hard. I can tell, getting everything organized.
Still
here,
work to
so.
do, but
It's
it
all
feels
right.
so
Yeah,
good.
no, it's good. And
Feels so
then
good.
this is going to be a science station over here once you do a little bit more with science.
Right.
So we have a spot already dedicated for it. It's not up and running yet, but it will be. And then over here, I know you have some
That'll be morning station
morning
work.
station works, work for the kids to do. So when they come in the morning, rather than
Right.
doing some boring seat work, she's got some morning work tabs that she's working with. And then these wonderful pocket charts that will be a station for kids as well. So I just love the way everything has come together. It just we'll do one more quick pan of the room. It's so exciting to see. And then we'll open it up to questions if anybody out there has questions. Now I'm going to have to go back to my laptop to see if I can find questions. There's our library, small group here. Isn't it fun to look at it?
It is. I went on
Yeah.
several times to look.
It's fun to look back at what it was before and now.
It is.
That's the sink and science, and then the cubbies back here, and your little pocket chart things. I love this idea that you have. I have to show this too because it's so cool. They're pencil boxes for the kids. How you have these little clips that you put on them that they can put their pencil in. Where'd you get these?
That's really good stuff. That's a
From Really Good Stuff. Yeah, these are really.
There's different
helps it-
kinds.
yeah.
I've tried them all, and this little white plastic one works
Little
the
white
best.
plastic one that just clips right on there,
I
which is
tried the
pretty
soft
cool.
ones, and
yeah.
they peel off.
Yeah, it's really neat.
And I
So-
make their name tags because the other sizes that you can buy are too big. They
Yeah,
don't
no,
fit.
it's perfect. It works well. Okay, well, let's go back and see. We're going to go back to our little spot where we were, and we'll see if anybody has any questions that we might be able to address. And then, I don't know, there might be something else that you want to even tell them about. Let's see, I have my laptop here to see. I don't know how to do this.
While you were working, I will say that
Yeah.
when we were mapping things out, it was really important to figure out. We had little sticky notes for where this station could be and where
Right.
this one will be, and then which ones would be portable and where I would store that, and the kids would come and get that. But that really helped set up the room. It really, you knew what was going in which space, and so then you created your space for each spot. So that I'm excited about that. I like having that space for where word work is going to happen. And before, most of my stations were portable. They would take them and find our own quiet place to work, which was good. But now I like having a word study area
That's
and
defined,
a writing
yeah.
area.
I think
just
it'll
like
be
that.
good because you won't just have this kind of free-for-all, like, go
Yes,
anywhere you want to
yes.
in the room, and then some kids take forever to find a spot. You'll actually have a
Right.
defined place for
Yes.
for them to go. So, all right, I have no idea how to look for questions. I just see that there are some, some comments up here. I'm going to look and see if there's, I'm hitting buttons to see if I can understand anything. Oh, that didn't work so well. Well, let's see. I think that is, I've never done this where I had to
Okay.
look for the questions before. So anyway, I guess we'll sign off. And if I see there's questions, I'll
Okay.
come right back on again. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. And
Okay.
thank you to Patti.
Thank you.
And we'll have more adventures in Patti's
Thank you so
room.
much. This is so
it was
wonderful.
really
It's the
fun.
it's the best thing I could have ever done.
Thank
it's the
you.
best thing.
Thank
So
you.
I'm grateful. Yes.
Well, it was a joy. So,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.